fucking thing. Stop. Hey, Dankster, good to see you. I think I have COVID. I'm not sure. I can't stop fucking coughing. Whatever. Early Olivia stream jump scare. Yeah, we're doing Oblivion. Fucking hell. Yes, I played the original Nero. I asked my dad to pick up a COVID test. I don't know if I have COVID, but I feel like it. I already know they have horse armor. That was something they revealed. Alright. Okay.
The others, they were taken to the tower. They're behind us.
Are we keeping the old audio?
You hold our future in your hands. Take with you my blessings and the hope.
That goes pretty hard.
Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
An option for original audio would be fun. I don't think we get remastered audio.
Here we are, 20 years later.
I think we only get original audio.
When you think about the Elder Scrolls, to us it goes beyond game franchise.
Yeah, it's the DNA of Bethesda Game Studios.
Obviously, we're working on the 6th chapter here, but what's great about the Elder Scrolls is being able to look back at all of the chapters. Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Daggerfall, Arena, and each of them try to define role-playing games and open-world games for their generation.
Fans got so connected with the worlds we've made and these stories we're telling, and it's really amazing.
Oblivion was a real defining moment in the series and for how we make games as a studio. I think when it comes to a remaster, we want people to feel the way they did then, but it's still a game of its time. You want to keep those bones in place. You want some of that old charm.
Coming back to Oblivion now with this tremendous visual update is absolutely amazing. It's the world I remember, but better.
There's so much there, both for the Elder Scrolls world
I'm sorry.
and also
I don't
this
know what the fuck's going
evolution
on.
of our games. I think is really, really important for people to take a look back at.
Looking back and seeing everything we've accomplished in the past 20 years and working with these people, like, it's really special.
Yeah, there
Horsey.
are still quite a few people.
No one
that
told me
I've
Adam
with
worked on
for
Oblivion.
that long, and it sort of gave me the
Oh,
warm
he was probably
fuzzies.
the model for the horse owner.
Oh my
that
god,
makes
it's been 20
sense.
years? I think the thing that gets me the most is the music. Like, when you hear that music at the main menu, there's just like... There's this, like, flood of nostalgia.
Oblivion
Sure.
is the beginning of who I am as an individual, as a game developer. It all starts with it.
I don't even think it took me till release to realize how big this was.
People loved it. Like, they loved it.
I mean, it was good, yeah.
Such a key
Oh no,
moment
Sam
in our
Jackson
history
at
of
the
making
Game
games
Awards.
and the evolution of how we build these worlds and having players be able to come back and experience that is really amazing. We had that really special moment of coming out into the world for the first time, what that meant to this game.
Every time we think about Oblivion, it's, what if we could give that moment to everybody again?
Yeah, I know, Nero. I'm just waiting for them
I was
to just
born
show the damn
87 years
remaster.
ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor.
Should have been
But for
Morrowind.
all
I
these years,
agree.
I've never been the ruler of my own dreams.
Morrowind. Well, Morrowind
I've
needs a
seen the gates of
remake,
Oblivion,
not just a remaster.
beyond which no
Oh,
waking
God.
eye may see.
That's what your real septum looks like? Okay. Oh no. I see flickering shadows. Ah. New music. Yeah, I noticed.
Whether you're reliving these moments or experiencing them for the first time, the world of Oblivion Remastered immediately looks and feels incredible.
It
When
looks
we decided
worse.
to remaster Oblivion, we were really
I'm sorry.
picky about finding the right partner. From the very beginning of this
You really
project, we had
sucked all the
one
color
rule.
out of it.
We weren't going to do this if we weren't going to be able to do it right. Our partners at Virtuous went above and beyond to bring our vision to life. The care and love they've poured into the Oblivion Remaster has been absolutely breathtaking.
Welcome to Paris, and welcome to Virtuous. Our team here has been hard at work delivering the best remastered Oblivion experience possible. We've worked with Bethesda Game Studios on other projects in the past, so we know what makes that team and their games special.
We wanted to make the remaster more friendly to gamers with modern hardware. This is Oblivion in its most complete form.
The portals look interesting. I like that you can see through them. That wasn't a thing in the original.
About time someone got here. Huzzah!
Those familiar with only some Elder Scrolls lore will now be able to experience the events that set the stage for Skyrim. You embark on an epic journey to stop the Mythic Dawn cult.
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
From
Okay.
unleashing the Daedric
Well, we
Prince
still
of
got
Destruction.
weird-looking NPCs.
What was the Oblivion Crisis? What happened to the previous Emperor of Cyrodiil? Why are there only 8
Uriel
divines
Septum
instead of
looks
9?
really weird.
In addition to the core game, the remaster contains all add-ons, including story expansions, Shivering Isles, and Knights of the Nine, so you get the full experience.
Oh. Okay.
On a personal
It does
level,
come with
it
the
was really
DLC.
important
Cool.
to me to ensure that we're preserving the magic of the original experience. At the end of the day, we're all fans too.
This is a dream project for me, right? I'm a fan. I have been always a fan.
Well, I played Oblivion for perhaps 10,000 hours.
Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls game, and it was one of the games that made me want to be a game developer.
The best way to describe it would be to call it a love letter.
You will find your own path.
Oh my God,
There will be blood
Uriel.
and death before the end.
Oh no. I can't take these Uriel Septum jump scares. What the fuck happened to his face? Oh, the audio just stopped.
The technology we used to create the original was cutting edge
Or
at
the
the time,
music just
but tools have
changed,
come
I mean.
a long way since then.
Why'd you do that? Why is it all like brown and muddy?
The original Oblivion is still the heart and soul of the remaster, but we use Unreal Engine 5 to help achieve all our visual goals. We think of the Oblivion game engine as the brain and Unreal 5 as the body. The brain drives all the world logic and gameplay, and the body brings to life the experience that players have loved for almost 20 years.
But it's not just about pure fidelity. We knew we had to preserve the distinct style, making it as uniquely Oblivion as
Well,
possible.
at least someone's gonna mod it to make it look
The brush
less
opens
gross.
a portal into the painting. You're stuck here like I am.
The Isles, a wonderful place. Good for a visit. Or eternity.
We've leveraged nearly every major feature from the latest version of Unreal 5.
Shogorath's
Our goal was
face
to
looked
push
really
the visuals to the
weird
next
there.
level using the latest technologies. We created brand new, highly detailed character models and stunning
Oh.
landscapes that use millions of polygons
Okay,
in
the
each asset,
Khajiit look more
allowing us a truly impressive
beast-like.
level of detail in the world. Every single asset in this game was completely redesigned and handcrafted from scratch. We implemented an advanced real-time lighting system that accurately simulates how light interacts with the environment. This results in more realistic lighting and atmospheric effects. While the original game had limited dynamic shadows, now the entire world reacts naturally to light.
Sure.
We used an incredible new lip sync technology that really enhanced performance in our characters.
He left us a warning. Heed it!
And real tools
That-
helped us
okay.
create the base mesh of our characters.
Those faces look weird.
From there, our artists sculpt each race individually to adapt it to the
my.
mesh, allowing us to share the model, rig, and textures. As a result, all races, including Argonians, Orcs, and Khajiits, are built on the same
Everyone
base
looks
mesh,
ugly as
making the
fuck,
lip-sync
but
system more
it
effective,
is
even when the
Oblivion,
characters
so I
have
guess
very
it
different facial
fits.
features.
Welcome to the guild.
We have access to so many modern rendering features. You'll see them in something as simple as running through a forest. Insects flying around, fish swimming in the water, light filtering through the leaves. Thanks to these technological advances, you feel even more immersed in this living, breathing world. You'll really believe you're in Cyrodiil.
I believe you can handle a more complicated assignment. I would like you to retrieve a carved panel from the central chamber
Yeah,
of the
Shrek
High
2 is
Thing.
better. Also, I'm so sorry you have to watch Shrek the Third. Oh hey, that trap.
It's not just visuals that we've modernized in the remaster. It's gameplay. It's UI and UX. It's audio. We've updated features and systems across the board.
We've changed the approach to leveling, which I think will make a lot of people happy. It's inspired by the leveling systems of both Oblivion and Skyrim, so it's the best of both worlds.
Okay, good. I would have been very upset
We were able to fully recreate
if
the
you
character
did
models,
the
creating
fucking
a physicality
Skyrim
that feels
system.
more human. You see that in places like combat animations. There's a lot more separation between the upper and lower
These
bodies,
faces are
and all
killing
the
me.
animations have more flourish.
Which is good. Oblivion's
Combat
weird
in the
faces
original
are funny.
Oblivion didn't have sound effects, visual effects, or hit reactions. Now you'll get blood splatters, sparks, and controller feedback. You know, it's a little thing, but little things add up to make the combat more modern and engaging.
There's a proper third-person perspective now. The original had third person, but there was no crosshair, and we felt the experience could be modernized. One of our goals was to have a third-person view that compared to Starfield in terms of playability.
I don't care about Starfield.
It's all the same control you get from
Don't
the
even bring it
first-person
up.
You have my ear, citizen.
When Oblivion first launched,
Greetings. How goes it? How are you?
disk storage limits meant we couldn't have unique voiceovers for all the races. So we've gone back and recorded new lines of dialogue.
Oh.
Each race represented in the game now sounds unique.
Can't stand the sight of those creatures.
We also
they
made
have
sure
the
to
fucking
keep in all of the quirkier dialogue.
persuasion wheel.
I really like the way they say hello. Sometimes it's so random, and then they just, hi there.
Hi there.
But it's
Hi
like
there.
so nice and creepy at the same time.
Stop! You violated the law.
Oh my god, they get
You
it.
violated the law.
Stop, criminal scum!
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Cheese for everyone.
Cheese for everyone.
Oh no, they get it. They know to make
We are
the
going to steal
NPCs
one of the
creepy.
Elder Scrolls from the Imperial Palace. You need to find the reading room. The blind priests will deliver a scroll to you there. Do not speak to the priests. They're blindfolded. I've chosen you because you are the best. Good luck.
Stop! You violated the law. Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Then pay with your blood.
As games have developed over the past 20 years, players have come to expect a certain suite of tools and
Oh
controls.
boy.
Like
the
sprinting.
graphics.
Sprinting is an interesting one because there was such a big debate internally among our teams. Some of us were absolute purists, but ultimately, we decided it's 2025 and people are going to want to sprint. In
Thank
fact,
you.
All of the character locomotion has been completely redone from scratch, and that has a huge impact from the very beginning of the game.
Every single updated or new feature was implemented with the player in mind. It all comes down to what makes Oblivion, Oblivion. What are those features that just immediately
still have
come
the
to mind for
custom
players
magic?
when they think of the game?
The mini-games are the mini-games. Those are so iconic to Oblivion.
Great.
Oh my god.
Like lockpicking.
It's
You
so
can put a fresh
creepy, I
coat of
love
paint
it.
on it, but you can't change it too much because it's part of the core experience.
Whether
Lockpicking
you're
looks
returning
better.
to Cyrodiil or you're a newcomer,
I'm going to follow you and
Oh,
watch you and
God.
worship the ground you walk on.
Oh
you will
god,
instantly
no.
feel at home.
Oh.
It just feels
I
better.
didn't need to see him.
We've modernized a lot, but it's still the same incredible adventure and the same carefully handcrafted world.
Well, it's about time.
Ah.
Do you know how long we've been waiting?
Oblivion is a core part of the story of Bethesda Game Studios. None of what we're surrounded by right now would be here if we hadn't made that game and if it hadn't been the success that it was. The effort that we put into it, the sort of the love that went into it, I think that comes across on the screen.
To have worked on something that people care enough where you're in a position where you can remaster it, it's a privilege.
And now, to help introduce this game to a new generation of players, I feel so lucky.
I really think that people, when
I
they
can't
jump
wait
back
for
into the
mods to
remaster,
come
they're gonna
out.
be shocked at just how good the game looks.
To get rid of the ugly filters. Other than that,
Oblivion gates look absolutely
This looks
incredible.
good.
And I think they're just going to find themselves lost in the world.
Even if it's just the music, for example, just walking around for half an hour in the world, you feel something. And that's precious.
You're going back to a world that you've been to before, but it's better somehow. Like, it's an intangible thing, but it's like, it's new, it's fun, like, it's exciting again.
But it's ultimately the same game. There was a lot of respect for what was before, and I think the fans will appreciate that.
From all of us at Bethesda Game Studios
and Virtuous,
we want to thank you for joining us today. Oblivion has a very special place in my heart, and being able to work on this remaster and bring it to a new generation of players has been an incredible experience. We were too excited to get it in your hands and didn't want to just show it off to you and then make you have to wait. The best part of my job is that I get to be the one to announce that the Oblivion remaster will be available
Are you really gonna say now?
today.
All right. Well, fair enough.
I was born 87 years ago. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams.
How finished is it going to be, though?
This is the
I know you,
27th and
Bethesda.
last seed. The year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era. And the final hour.
I'm surprised this remaster wasn't, like, teased more.
I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking
I mean,
eye
no
may
matter
see.
what, I'm going to get it. I want a more stable Oblivion
This
that
is
won't
only the
crash when I try to mod it.
Worse is yet to come. Looks clear.
Patrick Stewart, Jody. He plays Uriel Septum, a character who gets killed off in the tutorial.
Draws nigh. Who now will save us from the coming darkness? Here you must find your own path.
Okay, but like, what time today does it come out? Also, how much? If you charge me like $80 fucking in your stream.
Find him. And close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
Ba-da-da, 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 ba-da-da. Oh, of course there's a deluxe edition. Available today. What time? Gameplay stream. Alright. Let me get Steam open. Let me see if I can find, like, the store page for Oblivion Remastered. The NPCs are still disgusting and horrific, which is so good. That's what I wanted. Like, they get it. Oh my god, please open Steam. Don't fucking do this to me today. Oh. Oh, that's worrying, Electrica. Okay. Yep, that's scary. There it is. Oh, it's only 50. Oops. Deluxe edition is 60.
I was born 87 years ago.
Hey, Neo Howl. Okay, so I can buy it, like, right now. I'm not sure I have the money to, though. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I should buy it. Not yet, anyway. Yeah, that's scary. If you want to see me stream Oblivion tonight,
What did we just witness? The worst kept secret ever?
Kofi.com/OlivianMancer.
Probably. But you just witnessed the Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered Direct. That is coming to you today.
Hell yeah.
Maybe even now. I don't know.
That
I'll
lav
have to
mic
check
is a little
after this stream.
phallic.
I'm joined by the wonderful,
Oh no, is that an
talented,
adoring
incredible
fan
Wes
you
Johnson.
twos? Ew.
You.
Ah.
Why? Oh, Wes!
And Wes, who do you have here with you?
This is Finn. Oh, yes, he knows his name now. Hello there, Finn. How are you? I mean, for the sake of this, we can call him Barbas if you'd like, but he's a sweetie pie, and he wanted
This
to
is
get
the
his
voice
time
of Sheo Gorath and also the Imperial
Bring
Guards.
that puppy with me everywhere.
I take him everywhere. You ever heard the Harry Nelson's puppy song?
No.
He's like, I take my puppy everywhere. Da-da-da-da.
Well, for you, those of you joining us, either new or from the Direct, we're going to be sharing some gameplay of Wes's old stomping grounds, but newer now with the remastered version.
I can't wait.
So, Wes, for those that do not know you, first, shame on you if you don't, but if you don't, why don't you tell our friends here what role you have done in Oblivion?
In Oblivion, you're going to probably bring some memes back to life.
Can't wait.
So if like you walk out of someplace with a fork, I would be there going, "Hold, criminal scum! Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Pay with
He's
your
got a good
blood."
voice.
That's a lovely one. The
That's very
Imperial Guard
aggressive.
song is out there now, and all sorts of things that people had fun with. Sheogorath, Daedric Prince of Madness, at your service. And I love this because I'll never be able to order a cheese pizza again because people use the soundboard and they call the pizza shops and they're saying, what can I do for you today? Cheese! You want a cheese pizza? I want cheese for everyone! How many would that be, sir? And so I can't call anywhere as Sheogorath to order a pizza because I'll never get it, or I'll get it with a lot of
I mean,
spit.
honestly, you're doing everybody a favor if you do. So.
Yeah,
I mean, and your shirt is totally on theme today as well.
Yeah, wearing my Sheo shirt. I've got, and of course, there's where is it? My Dark Brotherhood pin here. Lucian LeChance of the Dark Brotherhood, dear child of Sithis.
Oh my god.
I don't spread rumors.
The way he switches voices is scary.
So, yeah, I loved Oblivion. Oblivion to me was, I mean, I've loved all the games. I loved Morrowind. Ah, yes, we've been expecting you. Come right in.
Morrowind.
I love Skyrim, which is fantastic, but Oblivion to me was where I came out to play. And it was the original, all the races had the same voices. Oh man, there's so much crossbreeding amongst the Imperial Guard. You know, mom, dad, the family reunions were very confusing. But,
God.
I know. But
We're doing incest jokes. Okay.
I absolutely loved that game, and as other games came along, and then you got to see Skyrim with its 10th anniversary edition. And when I first put that on the Xbox Series X, oh my God, the visuals to me were just, I was blown away. And to make Oblivion now have that kind of feel, that kind of look, the gameplay, the graphics, I mean, if I walk up to a lady in the middle of one of the towns and tap her on the shoulder and she turns around and does not look like Terry Jones in drag from Monty Python, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I mean, I love the game. So now people are going to get a chance to see it with brand new eyes. And for people who've only ever played Skyrim, this is going to be kind of a revelation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the predecessor, so it's taken people
Oh, that's a
back.
huge download.
Oh my goodness, look at that. And this is the mouth to the Shivering Isles. Look at the difference the graphics, how sumptuous it is, the detail on this. Not just on the backgrounds, not just every leaf on a tree, but looking at the clothing, at the uniforms that they're wearing. I mean, he's wearing leather.
I'm sorry, did someone
and
put
he's
this on
wearing
low
some,
settings?
fur, and you're seeing all the details.
I'm noticing
on every little
aliasing.
thing. This guard right here, this guard, people are like, that's so effective. He seems to have this cold out there in the middle of this island where the winds are whipping around, and I had a cold. I was really, really sick that day.
That's funny.
You didn't have to go that hard into the role, Wes.
I know, I'm method, so method. But look at that. Now, there's the door to the fringe, and inside, what's going to happen? Oh, look at the screens. Even the screens.
Ooh.
The loading screens look so much sweeter and more detailed. And there he is. Haskell! Look at him, sitting there all bald and boring. Haskell, your room's very dark, just like your personality. Hurry up and talk. Oh, look at the detail on Haskell's face. You
Oh
can
my
really
God.
see what living with Shea Gordon.
The expressions are so creepy.
It
It's
looks like Marley's
perfect.
ghost there.
I mean, this is the first time you're seeing the remastered,
This is the first
isn't it?
time I've seen any of this, and the detail and the expression on the face, he just looks so weary, so put upon.
Well, it's been almost 20 years, so we've had a lot
Hey,
of
Atchison.
ability for technical advancements from there. So
Yes, and imagine
and age, I guess, for
20,
him as well.
20 years in the service of Shea Gorath is going to age anybody,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
I like his puffy sleeves there. That little Seinfeld puffy sleeves.
Now, what would you say your favorite role has been for Oblivion, or which character do you feel like you gravitated the most towards?
Well, that's the thing. People ask me all the time, who's your favorite character to play this? And that's a Sophie's choice.
Yes,
Because
it's perfect.
You bring a little of yourself to
It's
every
just
role
as
you do.
horrifying
You
as
gotta
I want.
bring- These are all like my children.
There's no
So,
non-emergency
I mean,
line
I
in
love,
Malaysia? What?
Lucian. I love Shea Gorath. I love them all for very different reasons. I remember working with
That's
Mark Lampert
really dumb.
for this game, and we're doing the same Imperial Guard voice, even the Gray Fox, like capital, but he's still very much the Imperial. But then he gets to Lucy and he goes, "This guy's a little different, a little dark."
Hey,
a
nerd,
little
good
more
to see
copper."
you.
So I think about it for a second, and I start going into this thing, and in my mind, you try to get an image of who the character is. And for me, he was
Vegas was
twisted
fun.
and gaunt and bent and just insidious.
Does it take you? Is it that quick for you sometimes when you like get a breakdown of a
Sometimes it
character?
can, and sometimes I take time. Shea was a different thing, but with Lucian, I had a come here, Bubby. It's okay. With Lucian, the image I had in my mind as I portrayed him at first was completely different from the image of what he ended up looking like. You know, he ended up looking, they made him this gorgeous guy, you know, and when we were looking at him going, oh my God, he's gorgeous. And he has a heart of darkness, the perfect man. So, but he was so much fun to do. And people say, do you know what happened to him? Spoilers. You just finish your lines. So when I'm playing the game and I get to that point in the game, I'm like, oh, you know, I'm experiencing it as well. And, oh, look at this, the butterflies. The breakaway into the Shivering Isles and the butterflies. That is beautiful. And Haskell's out of there, man. It's quitting time. Look at that. Through the fringe.
It looks good.
Madness. Yeah, with Shea Gordon.
Yeah, they released it immediately. It was like one of those reveals.
A little more stand up, but we want him to feel
Let me
dangerous.
refresh
but
it,
funny.
see if any reviews showed up.
And they said maybe something like Robin Williams.
Not
I'm
yet.
Like, no. Robin Williams was a bit too cuddly, you know. As Shea Gorath, I'll skip rope with your entrails. I don't believe you. So,
admittedly, that would be an interesting thing
yeah.
to see Robin Williams talking about.
I know, but I thought, where could I find my inspiration for this character? And I started thinking about
Adoring Fan
stand-up
is from
comedians who
Oblivion.
I find dangerous, that I would love to have a drink with and laugh and joke, but afraid they might beat me up at the end of the night. And I came up with Billy Connolly, the Scottish comedian.
Oh, yes.
But I thought, I can't just do a straight up Billy Connolly. He can be my spirit animal. But it didn't seem, it felt too, he's not Scottish. And I thought, well, I've got this friend who runs the Irish Channel down in DC. His name is Tom Stack. And Tom is he's from Cork, Ireland. And so there's this Irish accent. And I thought, what if because
I very much doubt it, Neo Howells.
This character can go between an accent fluidly. Like, you think he might be Irish, you think then maybe he's Scottish when he gets more manic. But what happens when he gets deadly serious?
Also, he only appears in the tutorial, so
why?
It doesn't matter.
Because
he was barely in the original.
Affectation. He does what he wishes to do. And so
maybe
like
they got Sean Bean back, but not Patrick Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
That makes no sense.
And he's like, and he starts wondering what you're like. Perhaps brain pie. Perfect. Care to donate?
Adds an extra layer of terror to his character for sure.
And you just don't know where he's going to land with some of these things. Whether it's friendly, whether it's deadly, whether it's over the top, whether he's crazy mad. I just had to sit there and let that thing flow back and forth. And I think from what I was told later, Todd was listening to it and they weren't expecting that. And so it threw him off a little at first. And then the more he listened to it, the more he was like, oh, no, I like this. I like this. And that's who Sheo became.
And you define the character through multiple games and multiple universes.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to, I love more than anything trying to figure out who a character is. And the Rubik's Cube of their personality and the whole thing.
And I imagine, though, that though the character is designed by somebody else, that you get to input a lot of your influence and sort of direction on it, even still.
Well, you have to bring a sense of life to it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when someone is writing,
I think it's supposed to be a mushroom.
They're bringing their sense of life to it, their experience. But you don't know their experience, but you know the circumstances of the character, and you can build something upon the character, and then, live in that space, become somewhat that character, which is why every one of them become like children of mine.
I hope you don't become too much.
Oh, no. There are some days. The one I don't want to become the more like is...
God, everyone looks so scary. I love it.
That would also be terrifying, yes.
Yeah. Mel Blanc used to look at the photographs of the characters that he was doing and would base them on that. Like Socio Shergala from Morrowind, I saw him. So every one of the Bretons seemed like an old bald guy with a goatee. But you look at Hermaeus Mora and you're like, 1 million eyeballs and 1 million tentacles. What does that sound like? And
Zoidberg.
I worked with D.B. Cooper as the director for the ESO, and we had to do some adaptation.
D.B. Cooper?
He was very slow and ponderous in some of the earlier games.
D.B. Cooper, the guy who robbed a plane?
Lisps and clicks and all this. But
I'm hoping for some graphics mods to improve that.
That I come up with. Why does he sound a little bit different? Where on Hermaeus Mora do you see a mouth?
Oh my God, we still have the fucking
know where the mouth is, honestly.
glitchy fucking.
I think you're hearing him telepathically. And
like props.
Just like with every telepathic thing, you may have a better receptor to hear than another character would have.
Yeah, that makes
Some
sense.
people would have a less sensory perception, and so it might be a little more muddled. It might be a little more clicky. It might be a little draggy, because that is how your extrasensory perception of their voice is. However, if you're a little stronger and you've got a little bit more going for you in that regard, suddenly it's a little clearer. It's like the difference between the Beatles
You've got
listening to
nice
Helter
bones.
Skelter
Oh,
on
okay.
vinyl, then later
Man,
on
this
CD.
really
It's
is
so much clearer.
Oblivion.
Manson was like,
That NPC was getting
wasn't meant to
stuck
kill
on a
anybody
door.
after all. So yeah,
Okay.
that's there. Long answer, but
It's a perfect
I
answer.
love doing it. I love doing it.
And I know you don't have necessarily a favorite character because they are.
Yeah, I don't really have the money to get it after Vegas,
or at
but
least like maybe a handful.
if you guys
I
want me to
do
stream
love
this
the
shit
line
today,
where,
Kofi.com/OliviaMancer.
I don't spread rumors, dear child. I create them. And the only thing that bugs me is when Knights of the Nine came in, you're talking to Lucian and you ask him about rumors and he goes, I heard there's a prophet down by the... And I went, no! No, Lucian, come on, man.
Just put time to do them. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I do love some of those lines. The cheese line really took off. I mean, the cheese for everyone.
I mean, I got you the sign
I
specifically.
know. Look at that. Cheese for everyone. It was just a couple of lines in the middle of Oblivion, and it took off and had a life of its own.
I mean, who doesn't love cheese? Though,
Everybody
for real?
loves
like,
cheese.
if somebody said it to me, I'd be really happy.
Yeah. I went to Amsterdam with the
Man, I love
ESO
how
crew,
horrifying
and went to the
everything
cheese shop and
is.
bought a bunch of cheese and took a picture out there, and everybody was just like, well, there he is in his natural habitat. Cheese. And it wasn't enough for everyone. Sorry.
That would have been a lot of cheese. You probably would have we had to ransack the whole shop.
You got to go through customs.
It's difficult. Nobody wants to deal with that.
Yeah. How much cheese do you think you're going to eat, sir?
Enough.
Enough cheese. Is there ever enough?
There's never enough cheese.
No, we're still in the Shivering Isles, right?
Mhm. Yeah, I think we're going to traipse around the Shivering Isles for a little while.
And look at some of the faces and the hair, so much more defined.
And this is something that does come in the remastered. You get all of the DLC with it, so.
Oh, that's
Thank
great.
Yeah,
fuck.
so it's the full package.
If they made me pay extra for the
Knights of the
DLC,
Nine.
I would be so
Pelling the White
angry.
Streak, I was pelling them. But it's one of the ones that people don't think about. What's the guy's name? Begins with a U. Lives in a cave. You get the staff of Sheogorath from him later.
I'm looking at my friends off camera.
I forgot that I.
Well, I need 60 to be able to get
I guess when you do so many, it
full
probably
thing.
just like kind of blurs together unless it's something like really big, right?
Some of them really stand out. They're much bigger, but I was the torturer. I was the guy as the Hermes Columbus, the suicidal guy. Those are all fun roles to play. But I love how the suicidal guy is begging you to kill him, and at the end he's like, "What are you doing?" But all the voices in this are the same, so we get to hear
Correct,
this fellow
Arbok.
right here, yeah?
I posted it earlier.
Craig
Oh,
Seckler is the adoring fan. And seeing him
I
wearing
didn't
one of
murder
those...
him, I swear. I mean, not yet anyway.
Oh,
Like
that's
that.
the adoring
Like-
fan's
Did I?
head.
Yeah, in
Okay.
tribute to
I thought it
Craig.
was a mushroom.
How do I look?
Biosora,
Lovely, it's
Biosora,
lovely.
Biosora!
Should I just keep this on the whole time? Man, you got to do that lockpick quick. I remember we did an Oblivion stream
That's a little different,
a couple
isn't
years
it?
ago, and it was like torture watching my friend try to do the lockpick and just failing every single time. But yeah, it's the same lock.
Watching someone play a game is fun, like this, when you're battling skeletons. When it takes them an hour to pick a lock, and they're saving and going back again and again and again, it's like, call me.
It's funny
wake
at
me up.
first, and that was a live stream too, so it was funny at
Oh, no.
first, but then it's just like, okay, all right, and then stream's over, rage quit,
Lockpick, the live stream.
So can you tell us anything about your first interaction
The
with Bethesda Game
lockpicking system
Studios,
in
like how
the
you started
original
with the team
Oblivion
here?
was
My first
rough.
game was Morrowind, and I went. We were recording at a place called Absolute Pitch in D.C. A fellow by the name of Chip Ellinghouse was recording us, but my director was Todd Howard.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and we sat there and went through all the different characters.
I like that we're
buttons and
congratulating
different,
Bethesda for only
Daedric
releasing
gods
it for
and,
$50.
some orcs and all sorts of things. We were
$50
having a
used to
good
be
time.
the standard.
I do remember going down to Oblivion and getting taking a
I
break
miss
and getting
those
a chocolate
days.
croissant and just chatting, walking. And the thing is, Todd's always been very passionate.
Oh my God.
About these games, you know.
$70 don't. Okay, well, I'm playing Oblivion tonight. Thank you. Thanks,
that's the thing that people
guys.
I don't think people realize just how deeply enmeshed into the game world
I
it is.
really,
mean,
really appreciate
the
it.
old top-down turn-based type games, the board games, things of that sort, and to bring the spirit of those into these worlds. And, you know, Morrowind was kind of a real departure for the Elder Scrolls, which had been
All right, adding it to
much
cart.
less graphically robust.
That was a nice way of putting it.
Yeah, and
it's retro. Don't worry about it.
yeah, and the voice acting was very sparse then. It wasn't even that much more in Morrowind, but what was
How
there
old
was
are you,
really fun
Dangster?
and really good to do. And I started playing that game, getting 700 hours in. You know how it goes. You think I'm going to play for half an hour before bed, and the next thing
Turning
you know,
21, that makes
birds are
sense.
chirping outside, and your day is toast.
What day is
I
it?
am old. I am 32. I remember when games were 50.
Which was interesting because I had not had the experience of.
What's funny is I think games were 50
I've
even
done
back
some
in like the
games and things
NES
of that sort.
era.
I played, I think, in Unreal 2.
And then
like
just out of
200
nowhere it
different
was
people
60
dying in
and then
500
70.
different
And now
ways.
it's like
I was basically
80.
the equivalent of a Wilhelm scream. And this one I really wanted to play, and I got into
yes, I
it.
got the deluxe edition.
And I started dreaming in that world. And when I started
All right,
voicing
it's downloading.
Oblivion, I knew where to close my eyes and see the world around me. Now, maybe in Oblivion I didn't see any silt striders, and there were no boots of that would help me fly from one end
I
to
really
the other.
appreciate the dono. Thank you
God
so
there were no
much.
cliff racers.
You mean you don't want to hear the screaming sounds of the cliff racer as you close your eyes and try to sleep?
I got some real Samuel L. Jackson choice quotes in on those cliff racers along the way. Yeah, but I saw that world. And I lived in that world because I lived in the world
West
when I was
seems
playing
nice.
the game. And I discovered something. The more you play the games, the more immersive your performance can become because you know the world.
I guess so, Atchesor.
Like everybody else is going to know it. The games become so, like almost
Oh my
virtual
God,
reality.
why'd you have to
You're sucked
remind me of
into
that?
These
Ugh.
worlds become sometimes even more real than your own world. I was able to take, I started working with Mark Lampert. And he was like, with the Imperial Guards, let's go less.
What race is everyone playing first?
What you were doing with the Bretons.
Khajiit?
I want you just to give me, these guys are full of testosterone.
Like, come on.
And we found the voice that we wanted for that. And so the Imperial Guards are the first ones that I did. But then I started doing some of the other characters around it.
Argonian
I'm really
Runa.
proud that Lucien Lachance was one of the first voices that ever broke through the voice class system in Elder Scrolls. And by the time Shivering Isles came around, we had a bunch of different.
This guy's doing like
voices.
DreamWorks
It
face.
really changed.
Also, did
things
his
a
face
lot.
disappear for a second?
So watching it grow and doing these things and to be
Like,
able to
why does this
perform
guy in the
alongside
gameplay
folks
look like
Linda
human
Carter, who's been
Shrek
in these, you
from
know.
Shrek 2?
That our party for Oblivion, a lot of the big game parties have been pretty crazy at different places. Oblivion,
I didn't play
in a way,
Starfield.
was
I
kind of a
didn't
lot more
bother.
city, but still was big
No,
at the
thank
time.
you.
We went on like this one cruise ship on the Potomac, where they had dinner. And we're all out there and hanging out and eating dinner, going up top, recreating Titanic scenes on the edge of the boat.
As you do.
As one does, yeah. And it was so fun, and getting a chance to see.
Yeah, there were
talk with Linda Carter,
pronouns.
who
I
it
couldn't
turns out is
tolerate
also
that.
A huge Washington Capitals fan.
Also a win.
Yeah, and that the Capitals stuff came into play.
I'm rebelling
Because
against
when I
the
started doing the
English
arena
language.
announcing,
No more
I'd been
pronouns.
doing
No more
the
nouns.
Capitals for
No more
about, I guess,
adjectives.
we
No
started
more
recording this,
verbs.
what, in 2003?
Mm-hmm.
So I'd been the arena announcer for about 3 years, and I was learning who I was and doing things. And I asked Mark, "How do you want to do the arena announcer?" He's like, "You know, kind of what you're doing with the Caps, only on steroids, because these are
pronouns,
gladiators."
adverbs.
I thought, okay, so I brought that oomph. I unleashed
the
the
diaphragm.
fury. Yeah, you know, good people of the city of Cyrodiil, welcome to the arena.
I have to use
And
the bathroom.
I
Be
started
right back.
taking some of that I did with Oblivion and bringing it to the Capitals. And the two of them began to merge together until I became sort of over the top with people going, "You're not old school. You're not classic. You're just a rebel punk is what you are." I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. So I'm a rebel punk, but I'm out there unleashing fury. I'm a fan with a microphone, and I'm going nuts. And a lot of the development into that started with Oblivion. What's really weird is that I've been doing that now for 25 years for the Capitals. And in that time, as other people retired and left the job, all the people who are out there saying, "You're not old school, you're not traditional," started replacing the old school and traditional guys with people who sounded like me and were doing the things I did. So 25 years later, guess what? I'm old school, doing what I did when I was a young punk. So, you know, thank you, Oblivion. Thank you, Mark, for helping change how I do things, you know, and that's the thing. Over this period of time that we've done these games, over this period of time that we've worked with all these different characters, I'm constantly learning and I'm constantly growing and constantly grateful for the opportunity to bring new characters to life, like Johannes Verlaine in The Gold Road, where it was very emotional. It was a very emotional piece, and I was able to, as a parent, everybody has regrets, you know? No matter how good a job you've done, you have regrets. And I channeled that into this character who died and left things unsaid and undone with his son, and is given a chance through, you know, the magic of this world and Hermaeus and all sorts of things, to be able to come back and try to make amends. And it was hugely emotional for me.
Especially because you say you put so much of yourself into the characters you're doing.
Yeah. And after we were done and I was working with DB on, I said, "Wow, that one was a little intense." And she said, yeah. I love working with her. It's like a waltz. It's like a dance, you know. But I see something after the game comes out. Somebody has a photograph of some dog looking really sad in the back seat going, "Who is the actor for Johannes Verlaine? They just killed me." And I'm like, yes.
Oblivion.
Because if you don't feel it, they don't feel it. And I'm a fan of the games. I'm a fan of the worlds. I'm a fan of
That
every
depends.
one of my
How big can I
characters.
make
Even
my
the bad
character's
ones
tits?
have their reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can get into that, and if you can feel that, and I can make it real for me, then maybe I'm making it real for somebody else.
Absolutely.
And it becomes immersive for them. So,
Would say without question.
yeah.
Well, speaking to that point, what do you hope that players experience or feel from the characters that you portrayed in Oblivion? Who may be experiencing it for the first time,
Yeah.
or maybe they're returning to it and having played the previous version of Oblivion.
I think that it makes me very happy that these characters are going to get a second chance. the Imperial Guards.
Oh, did you just sub, Luna? Thank you.
Even in the strength of, I once took an arrow to the knee, even with that coming around, people still remember the Imperial Guards of Oblivion.
Oh yeah. I would say I see them probably second or third most from all Elder Scrolls titles, right? I'm looking at Jess over here, another Jess.
They jump scared me all the time. I've got core memories that I just reacted because they would spot me stealing something and
Well, I scared myself once playing the game. Oblivion, I'm up in one of the towers in one of the Oblivion gates, and I do the Dremora, the Daedric warriors that suddenly pop up and fight and battle in the middle of Oblivion. And it's the middle of the night. I'm walking up a winding staircase, and suddenly I come out. Sorry, Finn. Sorry, Finn. And I
didn't sign up for this.
I jumped, and I'm like, holy hell, I just scared myself.
Well, I was going to ask, do you find that you can disconnect from the characters that you've done and your voice in the game when you're playing as a player?
Yeah, the thing is,
Arrow to the knee isn't Skyrim, it is Skyrim.
I am the character that I'm, I'm with the controller, that's me, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll listen to hear if the voice is immersive or if it stands out, if it didn't work. If it worked and it's fine, I'll let it go and I'll just enjoy the environment. That being said, there's something about people who are like, well, what do you play as? I'm like, I play as an Imperial. And they're like, every time? I said, yes, yes.
That was going to be a question.
Well, yeah. I mean, if I'm going to be out there and I've got a big broadsword and I'm battling going, it's my voice. I'm the one who's actually doing the battle.
Okay, no reviews for Oblivion Remastered yet.
Kind of meta
but thankfully, the curators over at Got and Throw are letting us know.
Yeah, you're not as
this game's Got and Throw. Also, Yif.
Yes, you are.
Cosmo
So
Breeder
if you,
Yiffle.
as yourself,
Yiffai.
as Wes Johnson,
Cool.
were to be in Cyrodiil, who do you think you would be? Would you be like an adventurer or an alchemist or
I kind of want to
sneaky archer?
explore this Steam
Probably
group
an
now.
adventurer. I was always the big sword guy. I mean, going out and doing stealth and climbing with trees and hitting people with a bow and arrow from a distance is kind of fun occasionally. But let's be honest, we play this game because we have had a bad day and we want to take a broadsword and chop somebody up, and not go to jail for it. Yeah. Oh, look at that! Yeah.
Which is terrifying, by the way.
Yeah, big flame. Those are scary, and the liches. And,
I'm just gonna say that while I'm very excited to play this myself, I'm so glad that I have to do it on.
I'm not
on
sure
here,
I
'cause
can
would
let
be
you see.
Really sucking trying to multitask.
I do love the running around, getting involved in things. Now, I know I'm not the only one that at the end of a big session, I save and decide
Sex
to murder
and
entire
the furry
town.
titty 3 come inside,
Everybody
sweetie.
in town.
It is always important
Cool.
to save, especially for reasons like this. Pro
And
tips.
then you come back after you've murdered pretty much everybody, and you go back to that original save. Don't they somewhat be like,
That was
I'm
just
feeling
like
a little uneasy
in your head
suddenly.
what your character was doing, and then it
Yeah.
goes back and snaps back into reality.
50 Shades of
I think
Gay.
all the Dark Brotherhood quests are so cool. The party is a very good one, where you have to go around the party and knock a bunch of people off, and they don't know it's you. I mean, who's not had that experience?
The amount of diversity and range in the types of quests that are in Oblivion and stories that you hear are definitely
Ooh,
exciting,
diversity.
and
Careful with
can't wait
that
for people
word.
to experience those or re-experience.
Let's not have a repeat of Starfield.
So when you played Oblivion initially, what stuck out for you?
Just, I mean, the vastness of the world, like how expansive it was and how beautiful it was. I'm one of those people.
Ew,
that
what's
plays
Kitsune
where
Tales doing
there's a
on this
quest marker.
list? Ugh.
I'm just gonna go another direction. I like, oh, what's over here? Oh, what's over here? And just the amount of surprise and gifts that
They've
keep
got
on giving in
Kitsune
terms of the world
blackface
building
here.
of
Are you
Oblivion
kidding
just
me?
was like it blew my mind. I started with Fallout 3 for Bethesda Game Studios titles.
Cult of the Lamb.
So I was like
Sick.
not expecting.
I just read a
I
fucking
mean, I knew it
article
wasn't
about
Fallout,
how
but I was
Cult of
not
the
expecting
Lamb
to jump
is
in and be
like
oh,
the most
this is,
profitable Devolver Digital game,
vibrant and different.
which is fucking
Exciting.
crazy.
So I just loved that. And the
From the
amount
very
of
beginning, you
customization,
feel
too.
pretty guilty about what goes down. I
Yeah.
personally feel I owe an apology to Patrick Stewart. I've been in.
How could we?
I've been in a couple of games.
Furry
with Patrick Stewart, never met him
cybersex.
once. Got this close.
Furry
at,
cyberfucker
Gourmet
2.
In DC, someone's like, Patrick Stewart's downstairs ordering a sandwich. I'm like, Patrick Stewart eats sandwiches. We have that in common. I eat sandwiches. And by the time I got down there, this place that
There's
is
an MLP game
notoriously
in
slow
here.
at putting out sandwiches got his lickety split and he was gone.
Oh man, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Here you go, Wes.
Oh my god.
goodness, look at that.
Furry Shades of Gay 2, a shade gayer.
Well, look at the hair. It looks like I've been using a little Grecian formula.
So what do you think now, almost 20 years later, seeing this take on Sheo?
I've always
Sex
loved
and
this
the
Sheo.
furry titty.
I've loved this outfit. He looks a little bored.
I think he's just not mad enough yet.
He'll get there. Oh, there I saw. Oh, let's see the expression changing slightly.
I love the hand tap.
What happened to his eyes? That was in the original.
But I think he looks a little bit more like
Terraria?
me.
I mean, I guess.
Here I've been mantling him all
Definitely.
along, and now he's mantling the old me.
Definitely the facial hair. You need to get in on like the golden eyes, though.
Well, I have those contacts for when I go out to cons and things of that sort. After about an hour,
Stray?
they feel like little clay
There's no
pigeons on
anthro
my,
characters in
eyeballs.
Stray.
I'm probably not very comfortable.
But they're great for staring contests. People don't want to continue to look you in the eye.
Oh yeah, I can imagine it's just like
Nine
starting
Souls
away and
based.
she's
Yeah.
not looking at me right in the eye.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for anybody that would potentially want to get into voice acting or pursue a career in voice acting?
I would say first things first, get yourself a recorder, whether it's a handheld recorder, something, we have them all on our phones now. You can build yourself a studio pretty quickly and easily, but you got to work on the dead sound. But just the handheld recorder, get some dialogue. And start
In
reading
Heat,
this
a
dialogue.
Five
Say
Nights at
read.
Freddy's FNAF-esque game where you
'Cause
work
if it
at a
sounds like you're
resort
reading,
and
you've
inspect
taken somebody out of
cameras
it.
/ micromanage
If
tasks
it
while being
sounds like you're
hunted by
acting, you take somebody out of
anthro-thirsty
it.
monster
Need you just
girls.
become. Look at those lines and remember
This is hilarious.
that your job is not just to read what's on the paper. It's to bring it to
Overwhelmingly
life, and
positive
voice acting also
reviews.
includes breathing, sighing, laughing. Make it natural. Bring emotion to it. Try different things. I do a class through a theater lab of teaching
Oh,
video
dear.
game voice acting. And
Oh,
that's one of
these
the
are
things
not
I talk
images
to
I
the
can
work with
show on
people
stream.
Is you listen to this stuff, you record this stuff, and let it sit for 2 days. Because when you're recording or you're in the moment, ideally, you're 100% in character and you're not thinking about all these things. If you give yourself 2 days distance, you can listen to it a little more objectively.
Yeah.
And then you say to yourself, that's when your director comes in.
Oh my
or your
God.
Technical director. Never while you're performing. But when you're listening back to it 2 days later and you go, okay, I could have done this, could have done that. Because you're not just training your
Friendship
ears,
with benefits?
You're training your ears.
This is an $18 game that has My Little Pony characters in it.
In
What the
anything,
fuck? That's
to
not
succeed,
legal.
It's something, you got to do it. And so I tell people in my class, this is their
It's
homework
like an
assignment every
anthro,
week.
like
And they get
Fluttershy
something,
with
they
huge
get
tits.
little, lines and things of that sort to work on.
What are you
And we
doing?
discuss it, and what did they hear, what are they doing, and I don't ever listen to it. I want them to listen to it, and then we discuss what they've done. Because when that 6-week course is over, whose counselor are they going to be leaning on? Their own.
Right.
And you want to, the people who were not really serious about it, stop.
Yeah.
Okay, they
The people who
changed
were
the
serious about it,
names of
continue to
characters,
do
but
those
you can still
recordings,
tell who it is.
Continue to do something, knowing that every time you go out for an audition, you look at places like on Reddit, they have
Nope,
Casting
that's
Call
porn.
Club, where you can go in and maybe get yourself a job.
They
doing
literally just
mods.
copied the fucking character
And,
designs.
you know,
That's
it's
crazy.
important. First of all, if you do a mod and you do it
Would
well,
it fall
you're
under
gonna have stuff that you
parody?
can use in the
No.
demo. Also, these people are up and
Even if it was a parody, you would have to change the character
word
designs.
Of mouth is very important. So if you can start on a ground
This is a
level with somebody
lawsuit
who's
waiting
starting
to
out and
happen.
They begin to know you and trust you, and you grow and learn together. That's the best. So I would say, if you want to do it, and make
this is quite the
that
rabbit
part of
hole.
your job is going out there and looking for auditions. You can look on Backstage. You can look at Actors Access.
I'm sorry, why is Half-Life 2 on the list?
DragonUpConnects.com that shows free auditions.
Do the
and then
Vortigods
you go to
count?
Casting Call Club online. If you do take my course, we have a Discord group, and it's just full of my alumni, and they all share.
Furry Adventure
They
Club
help each
and the
other.
Holy Grail.
And that's the thing.
Okay.
Work with people who are working, not with people who are like, oh, I could do it if I wanted to.
Everybody thinks they
If I
can do
really
that.
wanted to, I'd be better than
Hey, the
everybody
game
else.
Atlas is on
Have you
here.
been doing anything about it?
I'm
No,
sorry, I'm not
but I
even
still
paying
will offer
attention
you
to
a
the
job
stream anymore.
eventually.
I'm just
Now, you gotta
looking at
chase
this furry
everything
curator
down.
group because it's very
you gotta
funny.
do it because you love it. That's it. Nobody's getting rich
I'm
doing
sorry,
this.
is that just...
But you have
That
to
is
love it.
literally
Oh,
just
and God,
Clawhauser from Zootopia. What?
Yeah, that is just great life advice. You heard it.
Atlas is
Do
fun.
That
From
young
the professional
Balrog's not going to get any older.
And then you can immortalize yourself forever in a video game.
Yeah.
Multiple characters, like Wes, if you're lucky.
And to see this come back all these years later, and it's going to be, I think this is going to be huge. I think people are just going to love it all over again.
Well, they don't have to wait much longer because it is available today.
Go get it.
Go get it. Go download it. It's on Xbox Series X, NES, and day one on Game Pass.
Raccoon
it is also
Roller?
on PC and PlayStation 5. So
And I don't know what you're waiting for. You're sitting around. It's not going to just drop into your lap. Go find it. Go get
Wait,
it.
hold
I
up.
got nothing to add to
come
that.
get you.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much, Wes. And Finn.
Fuck.
You're
Finn?
an excellent co-host, Finn.
Finn, say bye-bye to all the peoples. Bye.
Oh, are we just doing the trailer
I was
again?
born 87 years ago.
Oh, it's a
But
little
for all
different.
these years, I've never been the ruler of my
Wait, this
own
looks
dreams.
peak. What the fuck?
This is the 27th of last seed. The year of Akatosh 433.
Nobody told me
These are the
Dangster
closing
was in the
days of the
game.
Third Era. And the final hours of my life.
He looks so weird,
I
bro.
have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. This is only the beginning. Worse is yet to come. Looks clear.
I'm excited to play this tonight.
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
Who now will save us from the coming darkness?
Yeah, this is just the same trailer.
Here you must find your own path.
And think we could just call it. How much time is left on this download? 24% complete. Jeez, this is gonna take a fucking bit, huh? Where the fuck? I need to take my pills. Oh. I'm pretty sure I have COVID. This feels like COVID. I've had it before. Fuck. Ugh. I might have to get some rest. Just go back to bed. I feel awful. Who can I raid? Oh. Pyro's streaming. Alright, fuck it. He's playing Oblivion. Good night.
Actually, a hard thing to find